Welcome back to the channel, and today we are taking a little cycle tour through the Valley Forge National Historic Park located in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. As you can see, we're on the road right now, but there is a cycle path right next to the road. So within this park there's about 7 miles of paved roads that you can ride on along with the cars, but this cycle path here, this inner loop trail, is actually about 5 miles. So if you're more comfortable riding on the cycle path or just kind of want to take it nice and slow, take in the views, you can take the cycle path. There's also, in addition to that path, about a total of 9 miles of trails within the park. Some you can cycle on, some you cannot. But this is a real beautiful part of the park here. Of course, for you historians, Valley Forge is where Washington and his Continental Army troops holed up over the winter of 1777-78. You can see here this high vantage point. This is why they chose this area in Valley Forge to spend the winter. They basically just took this over from all the local farmers. And to the left of your screen here is the east, so that's where the redcoats would have been advancing had they tried their luck. Now as we continue on the park road here to the left, you can get a quick glimpse of the National Historic Arch dedicated to Washington in 1917, commemorating the winter that he and his Continental Army spent here. They initially marched into this area on December 19th of 1778. So this is a fun little part of this road. You can see we still got the cycle path on the right, but we're going to go up a little bit here. This car is going to let us by eventually, and it's going to be a nice little climb up through some other monuments. We're going to continue here on the encampment tour, as they call it, and you can see a couple of e-bikers riding on the road, perfectly comfortable. Still got the cycle path there. The speed limit is 25, so cars are going slow. There's a lot of the original little huts or cabins all throughout the park. You can take a look inside and see what life was like during that winter. We're going to pass through what they call the Pennsylvania Pillars here. Those were erected between 1909 and 1912 to honor the soldiers, the Pennsylvania soldiers of the Continental Army. This is a tough part of this road here. It's kind of a steep uphill. You can see the cycle path has pretty much ended here, so you do need to get on the road. But again, the views make it worth it. You look out towards the left, you can just, take a look through the valley. It's a beautiful ride. We got one last statue here on your right before a little downhill. Here on the road, this is a really fun downhill. First time through here, it looks like you might kind of fall off the edge, but you can, it's a no-break corner. Corner does look a little tight, but just hold a good line on the inside. This is a one-way road, so you really don't have anything to worry about in terms of taking the whole road. And kind of just let it loose down here. It's going to sweep around to the left, but again, it's one-way traffic. I mean, the only thing to look out there, you saw a walker, people, crossing from one side to the other here, but there's no, walking paths here. So this is a fun little descent that we'll take, and we'll actually exit the park here, and we will take you to the other side. You can get on the road and cut back through the park, or you can right here at the bottom of this corner, you can take it right there. That'll get you back on another one-way road, but we're going to go ahead and exit the park down this descent. And here we are back in the park. We're on another one-way road. This road is even less traveled than what we were showing just earlier. So this road goes up what's called Mount Joy. It's a short little climb, as we're going to see once we get in here, with a couple of switchbacks. But again, it's one way. Take up the whole road. If you want to cut the inside of the switchback, you can. And this is just, again, another beautiful part of the park. You're pretty much in the forest here, especially here in the spring and summertime when all the vegetation is growing. Just a beautiful part of the park and really enjoyable section to cycle. It's got some uphills and downhills. So go ahead and just let this run and enjoy this part of the park called Mount Joy.
One-way road, so you can cut the inside. One way? Yeah.
So here we are on the descent of Mount Joy. It still is one way, but you do need to be aware of hikers. You can see there is a parking lot here, so be aware of cars pulling out, parking. You've got a walker there. You got a nice little fun part of the downhill, but again, you've got the parking lot there, so just be aware of cars. And the steepest part of the downhill here does lead to the biggest parking lot in this area. So again, be aware of your surroundings. Watch out for cars, pedestrians. There are some trails in the woods there to the left as well. That was a stop sign, but and now it turns into two-way traffic. So again, this is a really fun descent, but you do need to be aware of cars and pedestrians.
No, we're gonna go straight across. And that brings us back to the park. Yeah, so we'll take this trail. This road. I don't know if it's that. I think it's this trail here will take you right down. Yeah, I can't remember if it's a trail or a road. One of the two. The trail goes along the road. We can just take the road. See, it's right there. Service road? Yeah, see right here? Yep. They're right there together. I usually take the road. Stopping. Clear. Okay, clear left.
After the descent of Mount Joy, you can jump back on the encampment trail or the encampment tour road. So we're on the road. Again, this is one way. You will be able to see the trail to your right in this field here, but there's really not that many cars. And again, 25 miles an hour. I always take the road. You can see there's a group of cyclists there, and you can see the cycle path. That inner loop cycle path again is about 5 miles long. So if you're uncomfortable with riding on the road or just want to cruise slower speeds, take the cycle path. You can rent bikes here at Valley Forge if you don't bring your own or traveling or just don't feel like carrying your bike out to Valley Forge. Again, Valley Forge is maybe just depending on traffic, 30, 45 minutes outside of Philadelphia. So it's a great park, such proximity to major city. And we are now kind of the last part of our tour here. Now we are going to stay on the cycle path here. This road to the left can actually get quite busy. Today there wasn't much traffic, but often is quite busy and is busier with pedestrians. But we are going to take this cycle path back to access the Schuylkill River Trail, which is another trail that you can take straight from Center City, Philadelphia, all the way to Reading, Pennsylvania, but is what we take to get to Valley Forge. And so enjoy the rest of this cycle path footage.
We're crossing really soon. On your left.
And time now for the last little downhill of the cycle path here. It's a little technical, this last section, before you get back to your access point to the Schuylkill River Trail. Thanks again for watching if you made it this far. The Valley Forge National Historic Park is a great place for cyclists of all abilities. Again, if you're comfortable on the road, or you can take the cycle path the entire way. Thanks again for watching.